hablas español, Paula Wu Francais，你会说中文吗？If you answer C，会or hey, and you're watching this in English, chances are you belong to the world's bilingual and multilingual majority. And besides having an easier time traveling or watching movies without subtitles, knowing two or more language means that your brain may actually look and work differently than those of your monolingual friends. So, what does it really mean to know a language? Language ability is typically measured in two active parts, speaking and writing, and two passive parts, listening and reading. While a balanced bilingual has near equal ability across the board in two language most bilingual around the world know and use their language in varying proportion, and depending on their situation and how they acquire each language. They can be classified into three general types. For example, let's take Gabriela whose family immigrated to the U.S. from Peru and when she 2 years old. As a compound bilingual, Gabriela developed two linguistic cords simultaneously with a single set of concepts, learning both English and Spanish as she began to process the world around her. Her teenager brothers, on the other hand, might be a coordinated bilingual, working with two sets of concepts, learning English in school while continuing to speak in Spanish at home and with friends. Finally, Gabriela's the parents are likely to the subordinate bilingual who learn a secondary language by filtering it through their primary language. Because all type of bilingual people can become fully proficient in a language regardless of accents for or pronunciation, the difference may not be apparent to a casual observer. But recent advance in brain imaging technology have given neurolinguists as a symbol into how specific aspects of language learning affect the bilingual brains. It's well known that the brain's left hemisphere is more dominant and analytical in logical processes, while the right hemisphere is more active in emotional and social ones. Thus, this is a matter of degree, not an absolute split. The fact that language involves both types of function while lateralization develops gradually with age has led to the critical period hypothesis. According to this theory, children learn language more easily because the plasticity of their developing brain lets them use both hemispheres in language acquisition, while in most adults, language is lateralized to one hemisphere, usually the left. If this is true, learning a language in childhood may give you a more holistic grasp of its social and emotional context. Conversely, recent research shows that people who learn a second language in adulthood exhibit less emotional bias and a more rational approach when confronting problems in the second language than in their native one. But regardless of when you acquire additional language, being more multilingual gives your brain some remarkable advantages. Some of these are even visible, such as higher density of the gray matter that contains more of your brain's neurons and synapses, and more activity in certain regions when engaging a second language. The heightened workout a bilingual brain receives throughout its life can also have delayed onset of disease like Alzheimer's and dementia by as much as 5 years. The idea of major cognitive benefit to bilingualism may seem intuitive now, but it could have a surprise earlier experts. Before the 1960s, bilingualisms were considered a handicap that slowed a child development by forcing them to spend too much energy distinguishing between language and view based largely on flood studies. And while a more recent study did show that reaction times and errors increase for some bilingual students in cross language tests. It's also that the effort and attention need to switch between language jingle more activity in and potentially strengthen the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. This is the part of the brain that play a large role in executive function, problem solving, switching between tasks, and focusing while filtering out the irrelevant information. So, why bilingual? So, while bilingualism may not necessarily make you smarter, it does make your brains more healthy, complex, and actively engaged. And even if you didn't have the good fortune of learning a second language as a child, it's a it's never too late to do yourself a favor and make the linguistic leap from hello to hola, bonjour, or ni hao. Because when it comes to our brains, a little exercise can go a long way.